sweet start. By the way, this is the second day we're shooting this video. The first time we shot, there were road closures happening for some reason. I don't know. Now we are in day 2. We're shooting after more than a month now because I was traveling. So without further ado, let's get started.
It's first ever twin cylinder, and they were going to put this in the then new Fiat 500. Fiat at the last minute backed out of it. So believe it or not, there is a tractor driving around with a similar engine like this one. And I don't really often say this. This is a proper biker's bike.
Hey everyone, this is Mo from sunsetriders.ae. Ramadan Kareem. I hope you're doing well. By the way, thank you so much for the support and love for the last video, my first ride and review video. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Last time we did a brand new 2025 ZX-10R video, but today a 53-year-old motorcycle. Yes, a 1972 Moto Guzzi. It is a classic. I like to call it as a retro. So let's roll the retro intro. Short story, I spotted this rare motorcycle in Dubai, and you know I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I couldn't resist. So I contacted the owner, we met at a cafe, and I told him I want to do a short video about your motorcycle. And you know this gentleman, Adnan, he was so kind. He asked me to do a ride and review with his motorcycle. Yes, I'm talking about the 1972 Moto Guzzi V7 850 GT.
My name is Adnan Ben Salah. I'm a 38-year-old and I'm a classic motorcycle enthusiast. This is my 1972 Moto Guzzi V7 850 GT. It's a 53-year-old motorcycle, and yeah, it's my pride and joy. So this bike was bought in the Netherlands and imported or exported to the UAE. It's had some really nice modifications. It's got a 1000cc big bore kit. It's got the Lorto PHM upgraded carburetors. It's got dual disc brakes at the front. And it's got this brand new paint, which is very, very, very special. You see, when this bike was first introduced in 1970, it was introduced in this bright green color. But they'd never ever sold much of these, so I had it repainted. It was black first, and yeah, what can I say? It's really a great joy to ride this bike. The original idea was that this motor was built by Moto Guzzi, its first ever twin cylinder or two cylinder, and they were going to put this in the then new Fiat 500. Fiat at the last minute backed out of it, and Moto Guzzi was left with an engine, and they didn't know what to do with it. Because it was such a simple and reliable design, they decided to put it in a tractor. So believe it or not, there is a tractor driving around with a similar engine like this one. It's got a shaft drive. It's got a 5-speed transmission, and a fun fact about this motorcycle, the Moto Guzzi V7 was the first motorcycle in history to be sold with an electric starter only, no Kickstarter. As a matter of fact, even the battery that's in the bike, it's a car battery, like a big heavy lead acid car battery. This is the starter motor. Look, this starter motor, if it breaks, I can go to any car garage and buy one. Okay. Any small type car, Volkswagen, Fiat. This bike weighs around 280 kilograms. It's got a massive fuel tank, 21 liters. Everything on it, the switch gear, the speedometer, everything is very analog. But the good news is that any mechanic in the world can work on this bike. You don't need much. A screwdriver and a hammer, that's all you need. I do most of the work myself, and if I need specialist tools, I have my garages here that help me. Cool thing is, it starts like a car, so you turn the key, just like that.
Oh yes.
Just like a car. You can hear everything.
Let me try the weight. It doesn't feel heavy.
When you're pushing it, it's heavy.
No.
When you're riding it, it disappears.
Oh yeah, but I feel it is very light. It's very well balanced. This is what I feel. I can't wait to ride this machine.
Let's go.
Yeah? Let's hit the road. So we are in the winter, so-called winter in UAE. It's a nice weather. It's almost 1 o'clock and still I don't feel hot. It's great for riding. And talking about Sunset Riders, we are in the 7th season. Yesterday I was riding the ZX-10R and today I'm on a cruiser, and which is 1972 model. The difference is uncanny, but the best thing is motorcycles are for life. You need to understand, this is a classic bike and this is a collector's bike. Having this itself is a pride, more than, you know, comparing it with the newer bikes. I always wanted to have these retro bikes at my garage, and you know, it's not easy. Maybe one day. As I always say, I love all kinds of motorcycles. Look at the power. It has good power. It is literally dragging me. Of course, you can't compare it to a super sport, but considering the age, the bike is very well maintained. It feels smooth, no noise from here and there. There's nothing. It feels great. Brakes are good. I don't have anything negative to say about this bike. And the rest of the things, whatever I have to say, my review will be when I sit down with Adnan at the cafe. We'll talk more about my experience there. We are heading back to the cafe right now. I agree, I fell in love with that machine when I was riding it. Although I would prefer to take it for a long ride, like, you know, the northern side of UAE, the twisties and the mountains, I would love to take it out for a sunset ride, inshallah. Thank you, Adnan, for the detailed brief about the motorcycle. It was really detailed. I can see how passionate you are about your motorcycle. Before I conclude with my ride and review, a few questions. You did say that it's a 1000cc when you were talking about the motorcycle. I didn't ask you then. I want to know, what is the V7? What is the 850 GT?
So the V stands for the transverse V-twin, and the 7 stands for its initial capacity, which it was 700cc when it was first launched. Back in the days, the cylinders were lined with chrome, and these were notorious for chipping off and causing all kinds of damage. So what happened was a lot of owners in the years after decided to upgrade the cylinder liners with nickel layered cylinders. Now, Moto Guzzi, as lazy as they are, they developed a 1000cc bike, the Le Mans 1000, and people found out that it was kind of a straight swap. You didn't need to change the heads, you didn't need to change the crank or anything. You could just swap out the cylinder barrels and the pistons and piston rings. All you needed to do was upgrade the carburetors to slightly bigger ones, and that works perfectly well. No need to change the ignition or timing or anything like that. Now the 1000cc is a little bit false because it's 950 something, but you know, Italians like to exaggerate. So that's what it stands for.
And thank you really so much for the patience you had, because we had to shoot this video twice. And day one, you came with your friend Andrew, and thanks a lot, Andrew, for the support. And Harry, thank you so much for doing your best.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
It's time for my review. This 1972 Moto Guzzi is one of the oldest motorcycles I have ever ridden. Adnan has maintained this motorcycle so well, it is like brand new. Now, talking about seating position, my arms, my elbow, my back, everything was so relaxed, I felt comfortable. Also the shocks, they were not stiff, and it was really comfortable too. Talking about power, it has enough power to drag you. So it is a cruiser and a tourer, but still the power is really good. Also, I need to talk about the engine heat. I didn't feel anything extra, it's just normal. I didn't feel anything bothering me from the engine compartment. Overall, it was a great experience. If you are looking for a capable, robust, retro classic cruiser tourer motorcycle, this is the one. I wouldn't recommend this motorcycle for a busy street. It is not a city commuter. It is built for long highways, so enjoy your sunset ride on it. Moreover, this 1972 Moto Guzzi V7 is a gem, a 53-year-old shining gem. It is something to have in your garage. It is a collector's bike. And with pride and joy, you can showcase this motorcycle in any motor show. So that's about for this video. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks to Harshad, who's the owner of this beautiful cafe in Dubai. By the way, he is also a sunset rider way back from season 1. If you're wondering what is the season 1, 2, 3, 4 and season 7, if you noticed it in the title, that's for another video. I have more videos coming, so stay tuned. Also, you can recommend me which bike you want me to ride and review in the next one. Zach Martin 9137 says, do a review of Aprilia RS660 or RSV4. Thank you, Philippines. Thank you, everyone. Much love. God bless.
So if you guys want to know more about motorcycles in the UAE, motorcycling culture in the UAE, subscribe and let's ride.